Hello hackers! Welcome to the new video where we are going to hack URL-based access control can be circumvented lab from Web Security Academy and powered by Portswigger. So this website has an authenticated admin panel at /admin, but the front-end system has been configured to block external access to that path. So he said that, however, the backend application is built on the framework that supports the X origin URL header. And to solve the lab, all what we have to do is to navigate to the admin panel, then delete the user, call it careless. So before moving forward, guys, let's talk a little bit about this X origin URL header. So let me show you one of my favorite rights on the internet, which is HackTrack's website. And let's navigate to the special HTTP headers in here. So maybe in the real life, you don't know that the backend application supports X origin URL. So let's back to the website and let's navigate forward in here. So we can use some word list or tool, but we're not going to do this in this test, maybe in the future video. Let's go to the headers to change location. So we do have two types in here. So some website can base your location according to your IP address, and we can use these kind of headers in our test and see if we can bypass the block of front-end application based on IP header checker, which is, in this case, we do have 127.0.0.1, which is the IP of local address, or we can also change it to the localhost. And the other side, we do have another check, which is the location, which is absolutely what we are going to do. And as you can see, we do have this X origin URL in here, and also we do have another header, which is X rewrite URL. So we are going to test these two location headers in here. So guys, before moving forward, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let's start. And here we go, everybody. So first of all, let me activate Foxy Proxy. I'm using Community Edition. Then let's go to the proxy, let's click Introspect twice, and let's go to HTTP history. And here we go. Now you can recognize that we do have this admin panel over here, but in real life, maybe you are not that lucky to find the admin panel endpoint in the navigation header. So let's click in the admin panel, see what's going to happen in here. And here we go. Now you can see we have the access denied. And as you can see it in here, we do have the status of 403. So let's see it carefully. And here we go. Now let me send it to repeater. So I'm going to use it in test. Let's send in here. And here we go. Now you can see we do have HTTP/2. And then we have 403. And then we have 4 in here. So definitely we cannot test anything based on this /admin, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to test for the endpoint that I'm pretty sure it works. So let me back in here, and here we go. Let me back to the proxy. So let me test one of these. Let's say click on view details. Here we go. So let me take this endpoint. And as you can see, it returns 200. So let me send it to repeater. And I'm going to test on this endpoint. So let's resend and see. Now you can see that it returns text HTML. And as you can see it in the content in here. And the status is 200. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to manipulate this endpoint. What I'm pretty sure it works because it exists in the database. And try to find how I can manipulate it based on the header. So let me back to the special HTTP rights in here. So let me just copy this header example. Let me copy it and let me put it somewhere over here. So let me put it after the cookie. Let me paste it and let me try to send over here. Now you can see we have 404 not found. This is very interesting information that maybe this X origin works and maybe this endpoint, it doesn't exist. So let me give it an endpoint that I'm sure that exists. So let me copy this one that I know that exists in the database. Let me paste it in here and see the difference between these two endpoints. And here we go, now it works. And that's a little bit weird. Why this endpoint works, but the first one doesn't work? This can give me an information that this one doesn't exist in the database. So let me try to change it again. So let me say popo in here. I'm definitely sure that this one doesn't exist. So let me send, and here we go. Now you can see it's 404. I'm going to change and see the slash, which means the home page over here, and see if it works or not. And here we go. Now it gives me information that this is the home page. So let me see the render. Now you can see that it changed the redirection. Definitely I'm in the product and then product ID number 1, but in returns, I see the home page, which is absolutely this one. So let me try to put the admin endpoint. So let me back to the admin panel page. And as you can see, it's /admin. So let me just copy it in here. Here we go. Now let me paste it in here. And let me see if I can navigate from the X origin URL to the admin panel. And here we go. Now we can see that we are easily bypass the block from the front end, and what we can recognize that this endpoint returns from the back end, not the front end. So we bypass any check from the front end, and the system doesn't do any check with this endpoint in here, but it prioritizes this endpoint. So as you can see, we are able to see the admin panel. Okay, so our duty is to delete the user Carlos. So this is Carlos, and then we have, I think, the link delete in here. So let me search for it. So let's say Carlos over here. Here we go. Now let me see the A tag. And here we go. So this is the A tag. So let me just copy it over here. In case that the admin panel in here is going to be blocked, and as you can see it in here, it starts with /admin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the X origin URL and make the backend delete the user Carlos. So let me paste it in here. Here we go, and let me send a request. And here we go. Now he said missing parameter username. So in here, what I can recognize that he doesn't take this parameter from the X origin, but maybe he takes from this get requests. So let me try to change in here username, and let me give it Carlos and see what's going to happen. And here we go, guys. Now we finally solved the lab. So I hope that you learned something new about HTTP header circumvented and how we can manipulate the header so we can bypass the blocks from the front end and makes the backend manipulate it. So guys, if you like to watch these kind of videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any question or need any help, please put it in the comment below, and stay tuned to the next videos.